Hey guys, Joe here with Unconventional Me. I want to do a quick video. It's a very impromptu video on how I did my chinking in my old log cabin. First off, major impromptu. Didn't expect to do a video today, but we got a new refrigerator and it's really big. So in order to fit it in, I couldn't come through the back door. I had to come through the front door, which meant taking out the whole door jamb and then taking out this door frame to fit it in. Well, in taking out the door, this door jamb, it exposed the old chinking, and it was something I wanted to do in the past. Anyways, I plan to do eventually a video. I actually bought the materials to do it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But when I took this door jamb off, I exposed the old profile of the chinking that I did on all the walls. And this old house was just a farmhouse when I bought it. It had lap siding, it had plaster on the walls. I beat all the plaster off and took out all the little nails in the lath and all that. And once I got that done, I replaced most of the mud. Got some mud chinking there somewhere. Anyways, I replaced most of the mud with fresh mortar. Anyways, we're in the midst of a mess right now because when you make space for a big object to come through, you got to move everything out of the way. So everything got pushed into here. But enough of that. I apologize. There are videos on how to chink. I've seen them, and to be honest with you, they just complicated it. This is how I did it. This has lasted for 12, 13 years, and I've been fine with it. So I'm going to show you real quick what you do. This is what I did. Okay, you can even see the old wood here that they used to wedge between the logs. I left all that in there. If you're doing a new build, go ahead and fill this space in with insulation. Okay, you see this? Fill it in with insulation. And then on the outside edge, let's say this is the exterior of the house. Okay, this is an interior wall, but let's say this is the exterior. You go and get gutter guard. Gutter guard is this. They have aluminum gutter guard, and they've got plastic. I would say I worked with both. I used plastic and aluminum. I would say aluminum, but plastic is really good too. Just make sure you get high quality because it'll last longer. It'll hold better. And you want to staple it inside the edge, inside the roundness of the edge. Okay, staple it back here, but making sure that, on the bottom log, but making sure you're taping it on the top log in a recessed fashion so that it's back up underneath the outside edge here. Okay, sorry for the shaking camera. So that you create this slope here. So you literally just lay the stuff here, tape down the bottom edge, and then tape up, or staple up, staple down the bottom edge and staple up the top edge. Whenever you come to gaps that are wider than your strip, your roll of gutter guard, just go ahead and do individual sections. Okay, so instead of running it long ways, you'll run it up and down. Okay. You don't really have to overlap it too much when you do that, but it does help a little bit. Also, if you have gaps that you've got to fill in, like this door jamb, you can see I use smaller screen to do that, to catch the concrete for the bigger gaps. But when the gaps are smaller, you can see where I stopped the screen here, and I just packed it with insulation. So again, for your smaller gaps, just pack a little bit of insulation to be a backer for the mortar. But for your bigger gaps, you can roll up some screen, okay, and use that to pack in there, and then mortar over top of that. Here's a good look at the gutter guard. Okay, again, this is an interior wall, but get the idea. You want the bottom edge outward with a bottom lobe. Staple that down, and then I really wish I had some actual gutter guard. And then you push it back and leave the edge out, staple up in there, and then if you've got aluminum, you could just fold the excess back down. Okay, and then mortar over that. I think I actually cut this off and just cut off the excess. So yeah, this is a good profile view. It's really that simple, guys. As far as your mortar mix, I'm not going to tell you on this video how to do that. There's so many mortar mix videos. I didn't use lime powder in my mortar mixes, hence it wouldn't really be able to be called mortar mix. But I would recommend it. It'll save a lot of cracking. So I feel like I'm missing something, but again, forgive the impromptu, forgive the mess. I'll do another video on a tour of the cabin. This is considered one of the oldest houses in the county that I live in. And the guy was given the property from fighting in the Revolutionary War. There's, man, really old grave sites up on the back of the property. So I mean, this is a really old house. I'm really thankful to have it and to be able to restore it and renovate it. Hence why I'll probably do a video on that eventually. But for now, this is a quick impromptu on how to do your chinking. There's some old dirt or old clay back there. This is interior wall, so it's more of a straight up and down. But anytime you can get that slope, I wish there was a better way of terming it. But the reason for this slope on an exterior wall is the watershed. You hopefully don't ever have to deal with water on your wall, but if it does, it hits this slope and goes out. You want to keep this as smooth as possible, again, for watershed. But that's it, guys. Feel free, hit me up with any questions. Here's another, I showed that. Hit me up with any questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer it. Chinking. Who calls it chink? Why do they call it chink? I think the only thing I can come up with is, if you ever heard of the word a chink in the armor, a gap. Basically, if this is a chink in the logs, a gap in the logs. So that's where the word chink comes from. Alright guys, I appreciate watching. If you liked the video, if it's useful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You know, I titled my thing Unconventional Me because I'm kind of unconventional in my approach with you know, how-tos. So if you find yourself more of an unconventional type person, feel free to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.